Hi guys, welcome back. Today we're taking a look at some of the Hong Kong stocks. Before we begin, remember to take a second to give the video a like and subscribe as you really help our channel. Without further ado, let's first start off with the Hang Seng Index. So the Hang Seng Index started the week pretty weak, and we managed to close just above this blue baseline, blue conversion line here. So essentially, there is a very good chance for us to reach this cloud resistance on the way up. The cloud definitely acts as a resistance, and there is still a chance for us to come back down to retest the recent low of around 19,178. In fact, if that were to break down, then there's a very good chance for us to retest the 18.2K in the upcoming weeks ahead. That said, if we manage to continue to become bullish, then the first resistance will be at 20.2K, second resistance will be at this rate baseline here at 20.8K. Let's move on to the Hang Seng Tech Index. So as you can see, the Hang Seng Tech Index has recovered slightly and improved quite a bit. That's it. You can see that we are already approaching the clouds very soon. So the cloud will act as a very strong resistance for now. And the next resistance ahead will be this red baseline at 4,555 levels. In the event that we were to break down this 4.1K psychological support, then it's likely for us to test the 4K before retesting the low of recent low of 3,755. Let's move on to Tencent. So Tencent, not surprised, it actually broke down this recent low of 297, and you can see that this is very much like a bearish looking candle. So it could have triggered some stop losses, and then we start to see some buyers coming back. That said, two resistance to watch will be at 309, and next resistance to watch will be at around 325 levels. Let's move on to Alibaba. So Alibaba, once again, after its earnings, you can still see that there is still very bearish momentum. And in fact, we did not cross this blue conversion line in the past 2 days, and we were being rejected off around $96. So if we can surpass it next week, then there is a very good chance for us to actually crawl back up to retest the $100 psychological resistance and even perhaps this 104 rate baseline here as well. That said, not forgetting on the way up, the cloud acts as a resistance, and this cloud resistance is pretty thick as well. So do bear in mind that there are many sellers around. Next up, we have Meituan. So Meituan, not much of a change. You can still see there's hovering around 61.8% at 180 levels. And we are around the cloud support. So do bear in mind that there is a lot of support coming in, and the resistance to clear will be around 188 levels, which is around this baseline here. In the event that we break this 170, then 161 will be the next support in line. Moving on to NetEase. So NetEase, you can see that it was being rejected off this cloud resistance, and you start pulling back down. 133 and 123 would be the next support. If you can break up by 145, then we're likely for us to head towards this 150 psychological resistance and retest the clouds. Moving on to NIO. So you can see that NIO is holding pretty well for now, still around 61.8% and 161 from recent low of 100 to a recent high of 199 or around 200. Currently, you can see that there was some cloud support holding NIO pretty well, and hopefully it still can hold on in upcoming sessions. The first support to watch will be around 156 levels. So hopefully this blue conversion line do not break down, and so do this red resistance line as well. In the event that we can go above 170 and even 180, that would be a good strong point for NIO. Let's move on to JD.com. So JD, nothing much. You can see that after it broke its cloud, perhaps triggering some stop losses, and it break down this previous low, and thereafter it flipped back up. So there's a very good chance for us to continue this momentum, so long as it's 61.8%, 242 were to hold. If we break down, then 232 and 222 will act as a next support in line. If you can punch up and perhaps if we test around 260 levels, that will be good for JD. Next up, we have 9888 or Baidu. So Baidu, we are currently in the cloud support levels. We lost some momentum this week, but we actually gained back up on Thursday and today itself, and we actually closed above 61.8%. So that is a good sign for now. And hopefully the upcoming sessions, we can actually cross this strong resistance at around 141 levels. That's it. We are currently in the cloud, so cloud acts as a very strong support for Baidu. Next up, we have AIA. So AIA, you can see that it already broke down its cloud support here, and it doesn't seem too good. From recent low of 2160 to recent high of 8665, you can see that we already broke down all supports, and we are essentially at this 23.6% at this 75.15. So that is not really a good sign for now. There's a very good chance for us to break down next week unless we can cross these two resistance. First one is the 78, and second one is the $80 psychological resistance level. Next up, we have 2318 or PingAn. You can see that PingAn is as bearish as Tencent, and we are studying for us to create new lows, and we already have created new lows after breaking down 45.80. So there's a good chance for us to continue drifting down, and study for us to trend will likely to remain. That said, two resistance to watch will be around 46.60, and the second resistance will be around 49.40, which is near the $50 psychological resistance level. Lastly, we have Xiaomi Corporation or 1810. So 1810, you can see that we also lost some momentum as well. And in fact, we already broke down the cloud support level. So that is not a very good sign unless we can punch up next week. That said, we are also at its last support here from recent low of 1030 to recent high 1454 at 23.6%. We found some good support at 1130. So if we can punch up above this cloud resistance, that would be good for next week. First resistance to clear will be around 1229 or 1230 levels, and the next resistance to clear will be at 1227. So hopefully we can see more buyers coming back next week, and the bearish momentum, hopefully we can see it disappear next week as well. So if there's any changes, I'll give you guys an update. Thanks for stopping by. Tune me again. Appreciate the manipulation.